Good day, viewers. My name is Nnamdi Utsi. Okay, I'm a Nigerian in flesh and blood. I know that a lot of Nigerians are currently losing confidence in the country. That is the essence of this video. Now, there are so many nice, good Nigerians out there, and I would like them to do likewise to point out to other Nigerians that are already discouraged the essence or the essence of being thinking Nigeria. Okay. Now, with these few slides, I'm sure I'll be able to remind us or convince us that this country is still uh, salvageable. So, what we have here is just a few slides, which I think with which I want to throw more light on my dream or my desire or my goal of the entire exercise. Now, if you look at why is why why Nigeria is the best nation on earth, Nigeria is the best nation on earth because we have friendly nationals, both at home and abroad. Anywhere you see Nigerians, you see livelihood, you see life, you see growth, you see beauty, you see nature. You see, I have not seen any foreigner that comes to Nigeria and go back regretting. Most of them come to Nigeria and they grow, they pay off their homeland loans and the rest. So let's stop looking negatively. All Nigerians abroad in the UK, US, most of these the hospitals run there. Nigerians are playing active roles, even in governance there. So we are very good people. Nigerians are very good people. Forget about the few bad eggs amongst us. Nigerians are very, very, very resourceful. We have very brilliant Nigerians around the world. Yes, check it out. Anywhere you go, any nation, both in the schools and everywhere, you see Nigeria. I am aware of several Nigerians that have gained the US scholarship out of merit, UK, US, Canada, and the rest. So we can do a lot together. Nigerians are hardworking and very resourceful in nature. We have the best type of weather. Yes, our weather is the best. The climate here is so unique. It encourages growth. We have very fertile land. We don't experience all the natural disasters we experience around the world, like earthquakes, tsunami, tornadoes that go around destroying things. We don't experience that in Nigeria. The only tornado we experience in Nigeria is human induced killings, like you keep hearing here and there, killings up north and some other part of the country is human induced. We can stop it. Our challenges, our current only challenge that we have is our leaders, wonderful leaders that we have. In fact, we are the ones that put our wonderful leaders in place. A set of leaders that already have their BVN after a long delay. You know, they delay the process, they make it look as if something very, very unusual is about to happen. They delay the NIM process, the implementation, they delay it endlessly. They delay the NUBAN registration, the bank, they delay the SIM registration process and make it look as if you need to study rocket science before you be able to implement minor things. They delay even national population census. They delay it. They make it look as if conducting census to have statistics in our statistics in this country is very, very difficult. We need to go and import foreigners or whatever to come and get it done. Once these same leaders, all these leaders already, as at now, they already have their BVN, they have their NIM, they have their NUBAN, and they have after long delay. But these leaders, majority of them still believe that electronic transmission of vote election result is unachievable. As we speak, NCC, NCC website tell you that we have over 200 million phone lines in this country. If they have over 200 million phone lines, how is it possible that we cannot implement electronic transmission of election results? I'm just asking you, just go and do the research yourself. We should be able to have it done in this country. So I'm just leaving that for you to know. The leaders you chose, you chose. You might be saying that you did not choose them because you did not vote. It's a lie. Once you refuse to vote, you have voted. It's a choice that you've made. Once you voted and you vote wrongly, you voting the wrong choice. You are part of the problem, and you are going to face the problem with us. Everybody is going to be facing the problem. So Make sure next time you vote. As we speak right now, INEC is already registering new voters. If you have lost your voter's card, you can always get a new one. If you have relocated from where you reside, you can always get another one. So INEC currently have automated that process, but the process that they are yet to automate is the electronic transmission of results. And you might be wondering what electronic transmission of results is. It's simple. Once you vote, the results will be collected electronically and transmitted. Now, you currently do your transfer of money. You transfer money electronically to your sisters, your brothers, and your mom, your parents, and you get money transferred to you electronically. But our leaders are saying that our votes is better carried by those touts, escorted by those touts. They will need to escort our votes because it's so precious, more precious than our monies that is already in a banking system. That is lie, a very big lie. We must stop this. And if you continue to keep quiet, things will continue to go wrong. Okay, that's why you need to talk to your legislator, talk to those leaders, political leaders around you, talk to them, talk sense to them. Don't keep quiet. Okay, when you continue to keep quiet, country will not get better. So I encourage all of us to continue to fix Nigeria. It does not require rocket science technology. Okay, and it's very easy. Nigeria have a lot of very good minded Nigerians. Okay, these good minded Nigerians keep quiet for too long. They keep quiet until everything go bad and they start complaining. Stop complaining. Stand up and fix Nigeria. These good Nigerians must be vocal. They must use the social media platforms. They must go out and talk to the next media man. If they cannot talk to the next media man, they should become the media man themselves. They should talk to the government politely in the language they understand. The language they understand is to shout. Everybody will shout and shout and shout until all the international media men focus on Nigeria. If you refuse to shout, you will be here with me. We will be suffering it together. Okay? We will be, for example, I know that from my own rule of thumb, the fuel price in Nigeria is not supposed to be more than 20 naira per liter. Okay? But today, the kind of leaders you have made it so expensive. They will always tell you that they will have to import. Why should they import when we should have refineries here? We have the crudes. Why should it be too expensive? It is because you, Mr. Knowledgeable Nigerian, prefer to keep quiet. So just know it. We need to have electronic transmission of results. Yes, very vital. If you don't want electronic election malpractice, you must speak up in favor of electronic transmission of results. An INEC NCC that have over 200 registered phone lines on their website, according to their statistics, cannot tell us that we cannot transmit results electronically. Okay, there must be solution. If they want to fix it, it's difficult. They cannot be telling us that they only have 14% coverage. That's a fat lie. Okay, we must be able to transmit results electronically. We can transmit money electronically in Nigeria, but our votes is better transmitted, according to our leaders, by area boys, touts, who continue to steal our votes, continue to burn our votes, continue to manipulate the election result, while our leaders will continue to say, we will threaten, we will fire shots, shoot them if there's attempt to snatch ballot box, which they will not end up doing. And during election time, we deploy military men around Nigeria. Why don't they deploy the military men when they want to carry their money, when they want to transmit their money? Why don't they deploy military men? They don't deploy military men because they know that electronic transmission of money is safe. Likewise, electronic transmission of votes is also safe. So I'm just telling you. So if you continue to keep quiet, if you are a Nigerian and you continue to keep quiet, please don't lament next time when the price of things go up. Just accept it as your own doing, as the wages of being quiet, being mute. All eligible Nigerians must register to vote. INEC have opened the window right now. Have you started registering? Or are you waiting for National Orientation Agency that is already quiet, that is even quiet, to come and tell you to go and register to vote? Go and register. You can do it online. Okay? Search online. You can register. If I get the link, I can post it down in my YouTube channel, so that you just click the link and start to attempt to register. Stop giving excuses. Stop making excuses why this country will remain bad. Okay? This country, it should be a lot faster, growing at faster pace than where we are now. And it's because the good people refuse to talk. In this country, we should have local government autonomy. The good people have refused to speak up. That's why we don't have local government autonomy. Now, when the federal allocation gets to the state level, the state governors will keep it to themselves and apportion whatever they want to the local government. And now, several public hearings have been held around this country for them to make it possible. But I can tell you, they keep sabotaging the process because the good people continue to keep quiet, and they keep quiet. Their quietness is no longer golden. Quietness is killing everybody. Okay, local government autonomy. You must tell the next time you speak to media men online, on radio station, tell them about local government autonomy. Tell them about electronic transmission of votes. Okay, that is what you must tell. Pretend as if you don't know any other topic they are discussing. Just keep telling them, even if they say, "Oh, they want to discuss bad road." Tell them that you want local government autonomy. Tell them that you want to electronic transmission of results. Because once you get the leadership issue right in this country will be the best nation on earth. This country should have been by now under true federalism, where all these regions will control their resources and grow at their own pace. That was the formula our founding fathers dropped when they started. Okay, the successive military regime changed the pattern, and that's why we are where we are now. Even though the current leadership of the various political parties enshrine it in their constitution, in their manifesto, it's clearly written there. If you don't believe what I'm saying, go to INEC website and explore the manifesto of all the parties, and you see that the leading political parties in Nigeria have it in their manifesto that they will push towards true federalism. But when they win, they don't do anything about it. Okay, they don't do anything about it because the good people like you that's watching this video now refuse to speak up. Remind them that it's in the manifesto that they must implement true federalism. This country, we pretend as if conducting national population census we require to study rocket science technology before we go to do it. Imagine the most easy thing, counting human beings. Counting. Now, with technology, it's very easy to count Nigerians. Okay? To count the number of Nigerians in each state. I'm aware that some states have already done it, so they have the numbers in some states. But for them to collate it, for them to do it as a country is a problem because we subject everything to political reasoning. Okay? Political correctness. No, but as we speak right now, that is not helping anybody. So we need to change all the vocal voices. If you are online, if you are discussing with the media men on radio or television, mention it. Okay, I don't want to mention any person's name right now. If not, I know some of you that go online and talk. But you talk about things that don't matter. You talk about the beauty, the most beautiful person, the most entertaining person, while you leave the most important things to discuss undone. You talk about football, you talk about sports. Our own sports in Nigeria is of no value because we have incompetent leaders in place. You have refused to understand that your choice have been to elect incompetent leaders. Now you need to start thinking of how to elect competent leaders, which we are going to talk about in next video. But for now, these are the things that we need to address. We need to think about it. I'm not begging you. You can continue to sit in your room and pretend as if you cannot do anything. Your vote counts. Your vote counts. The day you know that your vote is very powerful, that is when you start emancipating yourself. If your vote is not important, politicians will not be attempting to buy your vote for 5,000 naira, 2,000 naira. Okay? If your votes don't count, politicians will not be paying people to vote. Politicians know that your vote counts and they will discourage you from going. That's why they will not remind National Orientation Agency to speak up now that the voters window is open. Voter registration window is open. In Nigeria, the INEC says permanent voters card. Okay, the permanent voters card, they always have a window. Instead of them to make it permanent open, the window open, they will have it restricted to a particular window. Now that window is open right now. Go and register. Nigerians in diaspora through electronic transmission of results can vote, but with the primitive approach that we are adopting here, based on the fact that good Nigerians have refused to speak up, Nigerians in diaspora cannot vote. Okay, they cannot vote. They've been technically locked out from the electoral system. Yet they remit a lot of money to this country. Yet they speak to these leaders, different fora, discussing different irrelevant issues, leaving the fact that they need to be part of the electoral system. So Nigerians in diaspora must shout, they must speak up. They are also the vocal good Nigerians. They should speak up. If the vocal Nigerians have to speak, okay, if you now decide to start speaking, this is what will happen. Quality jobs will be created in Nigeria. Let me tell you, Nigeria is a country of opportunities. Nigeria has opportunities to create millions and millions of jobs. But because you, vocal Nigeria, knowledgeable Nigeria, who refuse to speak, continue to refuse to speak because you think that your silence is golden, we don't have jobs in this country. In fact, millions of people are being thrown out of jobs every year. Okay? So, but if you continue to keep quiet, note that kidnappers will also come because those Nigerians that are thrown out of jobs go into kidnapping, they go into armed robbery. And that is why you see it on the increase. Insecurity everywhere because of no job. No job. And I can tell you that there are some Nigerians who, if you make them leaders right now, the number of jobs they will create in a year is going to run into millions. I can mention some of them, but you need to get the electoral process right before such people can come. Those people will not reduce themselves to a level where they'll be snatching ballot boxes and running around like foolish people. No, they will be part of a system that works. So you need to make that system work. And that system is to put in place electronic transmission of results. Now, put it in place. Once you do that, you see that it will work. And once you're able to register, make sure that all Nigerians, all knowledgeable Nigerians are able to register and make sure that the next 50 people around them register to vote, you'll see that all these things are going to fall into place. I can tell you that INEC knows this. The politicians know this. National Orientation Agency that refuse to talk knows this. INEC officials that refuse to speak up, the media arm of INEC that refuse to speak up, despite all the millions of money, billions of money being voted for to those agencies, they refuse to speak up, they refuse to educate you. They know this. Okay, the INEC commissioners that normally represent the various zones in the INEC team, they know this, that your votes will count if you stand up and get your voter's card. So get your voter's card and get prepared to vote. And make sure you follow the subsequent videos because we are going to talk about how to identify those leaders that can bring in normal change in this country. I don't belong to any political party, so I'm going to continue to say it the way raw, okay? Insecurity will come to zero if we get the right leaders. And I can tell you, getting the right leaders doesn't need rocket science technology. You get to know this. Poverty rate will reduce drastically if majority of Nigerians get jobs. It's the best way to fight crime is to create jobs. It's not to carry guns and block everywhere. Put policemen on the road. They will not allow somebody move. That's not how to fight insecurity. Fight insecurity using jobs. Create quality jobs, and you see that nobody will go after each other. There are some countries where they are currently closing down their jail, their prison yards because there's no crime. Crime in those countries are close to zero. Okay, so Nigeria can be the same, can be like that because those people are able to pick the best heads together to lead their country. That's why you see the crime wave in those countries come down. They don't need to they need to budget billions and billions into security equipment, which will be stolen at the end of the day. No. Education sector will be increased. We will experience growth if we get the right leaders. Now, you do not know, okay? It might interest you to know that education sector in Nigeria, this current education sector you see in this country, can actually become a foreign exchange earner in this country if we have the right set of leaders. And the right set of leaders are not going to be imported. They are here, walking around. Some of them have died away. Some are still hoping that you will sit together and put the right leadership selection process that will bring them. And that leadership selection process is election. Okay? Health sector will also experience growth rapidly. You see, Nigerian doctors abroad are one of the best set. Most of our leaders that travel abroad are even treated by Nigerians. But for them to bring together those kind of people to establish good hospitals here, it's as if they will bring, they need to go study rocket science technology before they will be able to understand how to make that happen. Okay? All we just need is nothing but the right set of leaders. And that process that will bring the right set of leaders is not only praying. Yes, praying is important. Okay? It's not only fasting. Fasting is also important. Okay? But standing up to choose the right set of leaders. You don't wait for somebody to come and tell you who the right set of leaders is. I will only suggest to you how to choose the right set of leaders in my subsequent video. And you see that if you put common sense together, you'll be able to elect the right set of leaders. But we also need to put together the election process, a formidable election process, which is rooted on electronic transmission of results. Nigerians will experience will prefer to remain in Nigeria. You see, nowadays, all an average Nigerian want to travel abroad. Some of them don't even mind walk across the desert. They pass through so many risky paths, and at the end of the day, some of them end up being used as slaves. Okay. Now, if we get Nigeria system working, you see that most Nigerians will relocate to Nigeria. See, Nigerians as at now prefer to be in Canada, UK, US, in some of those parts of the world where you have natural disaster. They go risk their life to stay there instead of staying in Nigeria. It's because we have refused to build a conducive environment here for our people. In Nigeria, some part of Nigeria, apart from budgeting money for school fee, you also have to budget money to pay ransom, kidnappers ransom. That's what we are experiencing now. So those Nigerians that are jobless have now turned to kidnappers, and they are now. See, I can tell you that if we continue this trend, even those bad leaders that you've elected, will turn to victims of these kidnappers. Let them continue. They must understand now that while we still have right time now, we need to work together as a people to fix this country. Okay, the transport system will improve, like the roads. If you travel on roads, our roads are like death trap right now. You, apart from the fact that the roads are death trap, at the end of the death trap too, you find law enforcement agents lining up to extort the travelers. Okay, you have them road safety, you have the police, you have the immigration, you have the customs, all of them lined up on the road, extorting 5 naira, 10 naira, 20 naira, 200 naira, 500 naira from the travelers, making cost of transportation very expensive and very risky. You see the same people along the line. I don't know if they are not fully motivated because I don't have their salary structure. Okay, but I know that if you have a very competent set of leaders, they will restructure their salary structure and make sure that they're accountable. Because if someone is accountable, if you will not see them sitting down on the streets looking for who to extort. I travel on the road, so I see these things myself. If you doubt what I'm saying, leave Lagos. If you are to travel from Lagos to, say, to the east, okay, you will experience more than 30 checkpoints on the road. Okay, they will be extorting money at each point. All those law enforcement agents are on the road. Their duty right now, which they have given to themselves, is to extort money, nothing more. So you can, as a media man, you can go travel that way and see things for yourself. Okay, I know that we can do better as a country. So the issue is not the best way to secure this country. The best way to secure this country is not to line up all policemen or all law enforcement agents on the road like that. There are better ways, more modern ways of securing this country, even our roads, better than that. They will not even wait. After you've traveled across very smooth part of the road, you'll now see traffic, and you'll now see law enforcement agents ready to extort money. So you make the journey very, very far and time consuming. So a journey of 8 hours will turn out to take 2 days sometimes. Yes, I see some people have told me that they spend 2 days, a journey that normally takes them about 5 hours or 8 hours. Okay, so we can change that narrative. Now, the rail line, I see that a lot of loans have been taken for the purpose of rail line, and I also see that it's not also secure because sometimes this train break down the road, and I see that because of the poverty, the extreme poverty and joblessness, a lot of people have started stealing the tracks. You see, that's what you see when insecurity, when you don't create jobs in a society, a lot of insecurity happens. Now, the air transport system. Now, this part also is another area that is very expensive right now for the average man. So the average Nigerian can hardly afford air transport. So even who knows if it's safe, but it's a lot safer now. But then, is it affordable? The answer is no. And besides, the how do you call it? Around Nigeria, we don't have enough airports to manage the unsafe roads. Okay, So people that know that okay, they need to travel urgently can quickly jump into the plane and travel. But when you travel to the nearest airport to your destination, then you need to still travel by road to your final destination. Now that journey from the airport to your final destination is also risky, considering the elements of kidnapping for ransom that's currently rampant and other forms of crime. So we need to build more airports. We need to, but how do we get that? I can tell you that the current crop of leaders that we have do not, I don't think they have the expertise. They know what to put together to get our transportation system going around. Now in Nigeria is also blessed by the water bodies. These water bodies are is currently not safe because of the various kidnapping and insecurity too. So we need to put our heads together as a people to get this right. And for us to get this right, I can tell you, electronic transmission of results is key. Okay, but if our current leaders, refuse to get to get it right, I am a Democrat. I want to encourage us not to give up. Okay, make sure you have a voters card. Vote out as many bad leaders as possible during the next election. Okay, so that the fewer the bad leaders are in the system, the easier it is for us to manage the system. Okay, we need to continue to vote. Yes, let them come. They'll come with their money back. They will give us their money. We'll eat their money and vote our conscience. Okay. Now they are going to stand sending out their thugs to steal our votes because they want to sabotage the electronic transmission of results so that their touts will continue to steal our votes. They will continue to promise the government will continue to promise that they will deploy the the toothless military to arrest ballot box snatchers, while in fact their rule might end up protecting the ballot box snatchers. Okay, so what we need to continue to do is to shout out when next you grant an interview to the international press or to whoever you want to grant, make sure you mention it. Electronic transmission of results is a must in Nigeria. We can do it now. It can be implemented right now, not tomorrow, right now. Okay. Now, if our leaders use the powers that we have given to them to sabotage the process, we should also use the powers that we have, which are voters' card, to vote them out. We should also use all media platforms that we know to speak up. Okay. Don't bother whether they will arrest you. Be very polite, be very frank, and be very democratic in your approach. Don't kill anybody, don't fight anybody. Say it as it is, raw. Okay? You are not there to kill anybody. You are only telling them to let your vote count. Your votes will count if you speak up. Your vote will never count if you refuse to speak up. Now, let me tell you, surprise you. Okay? This country is a country that had NITEL. That had only 450,000 phone lines. 450,000 phone lines nationwide. Today, as we speak, NITEL, our telecoms infrastructure in Nigeria accommodates over 200 million phone lines. Okay? Now, what's changed? Did we import anybody to create that change? No. Nigerians did it. Okay? If we can do that, go back and see the number of staff NITEL had before. Okay, now look at the number of staff the current technology telecoms infrastructure architecture is managing. We have a lot of direct employees in MTN, Glo, Etisalat, Nine Mobile, and the likes. 4 of them right now. Okay, we have them earning good salaries right now, unlike what the primitive NITEL structure was holding. Okay, as we speak right now, if you go around this country, you have a lot of computer villages. These computer villages have been accommodating a lot of youths who could have been in the streets. Okay, but they are currently working, engaged. We did not import foreigners to get this done. We did it in this country. Okay, likewise, there are so many other sectors that have not been touched, which can be touched if you stop voting in incompetent leaders. If you stop, because I'm sure next thing you will call me one name. Okay, the leaders, incompetent leaders, what they've done is to tweak the brain of Nigerians so that they only look at tribe, look at religion, and look at some political sentiments when we want to take decisions. But I can tell you, if you can limit yourself to competence, focus on getting competent leader, okay, you'll see that the entire nation called Nigeria will benefit you. Think about it. When you look at those four telecoms companies and the other telcos that handle the broadband and the rest, okay, do you notice that Nigerians from all tribes are employed there? Do you also notice that Nigerians from all religions are also employed there? Do you also notice that Nigerians that love all political parties are also employed there? So don't you know that if we can get that sector right, as we speak right now, the banks are also positioning themselves to get some part of the business of the telecoms company. Yes, I buy recharge card for my bank. Star something. You have money. You recharge your line. Okay, so we can do that in our power sector, for instance. We can do that in our petroleum sector. We can do that in our education sector. We can do that in our transport sector. This country will create a lot of jobs. There are so many untapped potentials, which our leaders, our selfish leaders, which we are the ones that elect them there, okay, have refused to get right. They have refused. When during election time, they come and make bogus promises, which they don't even know how to implement. Okay. For example, one of like I told you earlier, go check their manifesto. You see they promise true federalism. If they had implemented just true federalism in this country, the crime wave here that you are seeing now will go down, because at least there will be state police. But I can tell you that once you get state police in place, crime is local. Okay, it will go down. They know all these criminals. They know, for instance, I am sure that our security agencies know who the kidnappers are, but they continue to pretend as if it's not. We need rocket science technology to get that done. So put the right leaders through the ballots, through your votes. Stop selling your votes, and you see that Nigeria will get the right. Now, next video, we'll be talking about how to elect, how to get the right leader. Okay. Now, please share this video to all Nigerians, whether the good ones or the bad ones, because you see, amongst the bad ones are several good ones who believed in this country, but for one reason or the other, they are currently losing hope. They don't believe in this country again. Let's help them to believe in this country by sharing this video to educate them. We also share the link to the INEC registration portal. Since National Retention Agency have refused to do it, we will help them. Since INEC have also refused to do it, we will help them. Let us help them and help them until we get our country right. UK, US, Canada, that you see today was made the way they are by their citizens, not by Nigerians. Nigerians that go there to enjoy, no, by their citizens. Now Nigerians love to go there to enjoy. We should also make our country so that they will like to come to Nigeria to enjoy too. Okay, stop coming. If I see you online claiming that foreigners are dealing with you the way you don't like, then I'll know that you are the reason why they are dealing with you the way you don't like. When you refuse to vote, tell your daughter, your son that is eligible to vote to go and get the voter's card. Don't allow any of your wards stay in your house without a voter's card if they are eligible to vote. Okay. Now, see, let me tell you why you are there in Nigeria in diaspora. You're not voting. Foreigners are coming to vote here. How do they do that? They do that illegally, because the current porous electoral system allows them to vote. So you need to change that narrative by ensuring that if you're eligible Nigerian, you are voting during Nigerian election. God bless all of us as we focus in helping our country to grow, because Nigerians cannot grow if Nigerians don't think inwards and how to make it grow. This is my contribution to our growth in democracy. I believe that with these few words, we've been able to encourage you. But if not, please let me know why you need to be further encouraged. I will get back to you even personally. Thank you, and God bless you.